When we talk about bending reality, we are diving into ancient teachings that have stood the test of time, offering profound wisdom and practical advice. The seven Hermetic principles from Hermeticism, attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, are such teachings. They provide a framework that can transform our understanding of the universe and our place within it. These principles are mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. Today, we will explore these principles deeply, uncovering the wisdom they hold and learning how to apply them to our lives for profound change. The first principle, mentalism, posits that the all is mind, the universe is mental. This principle suggests that everything that happens in the universe originates from the mind. Our thoughts have the power to shape our reality. Consider this. How often do we let negative thoughts dominate our minds, creating a reality filled with stress and anxiety? By understanding that our mind is the source of our experiences, we can begin to take control of our thoughts. Positive thinking is not just a cliché. It's a powerful tool for transformation. When we focus on positive, constructive thoughts, we align ourselves with the creative force of the universe. This principle invites us to examine our mental habits and cultivate a mindset that supports our highest good. How often do we pause to reflect on the quality of our thoughts? Are we nurturing thoughts that uplift and inspire, or are we trapped in patterns of negativity? The second principle, correspondence, states, as above, so below, as below, so above. This principle reveals the interconnectedness of all things. The microcosm reflects the macrocosm, and vice versa. By observing the patterns in our lives and the world around us, we can gain insights into the larger workings of the universe. For example, the cycles we observe in nature, such as the changing seasons, mirror the cycles in our personal lives. Understanding this principle helps us see the harmony and order in the universe. It encourages us to look for patterns and correspondences in our experiences, providing a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. How often do we notice the recurring themes in our lives? Do we see the connections between our inner world and the outer world? The third principle, vibration, asserts, nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. This principle teaches that everything in the universe is in constant motion, vibrating at its own frequency. This includes our thoughts, emotions, and physical bodies. By becoming aware of our vibrational frequency, we can learn to raise it and attract higher vibrational experiences into our lives. Practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and energy healing can help us attune to higher frequencies. When we raise our vibration, we align ourselves with the energies of love, peace, and abundance. How often do we pay attention to our vibrational state? Are we consciously choosing activities and thoughts that elevate our vibration? The fourth principle, polarity, explains, everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. This principle highlights the dual nature of reality. Every aspect of life has an opposite, and these opposites are actually two extremes of the same thing. For instance, love and hate are not separate entities, but are different degrees of the same emotion. By understanding polarity, we can learn to balance the extremes in our lives. This principle teaches us that transformation is possible by shifting our perception from one pole to the other. How often do we find ourselves stuck in extreme emotions or situations? Can we see the potential for balance and harmony within these extremes? These first four principles lay the groundwork for a profound understanding of the universe and our potential to shape our reality. Each principle invites us to look deeper into our own experiences and discover the hidden truths that govern our lives. By applying these principles, we begin to see the world through a new lens, one that reveals the interconnectedness and vibratory nature of all things. The dance of cycles, embracing the rhythms of life. The fifth Hermetic principle, rhythm, tells us that everything flows out and in, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall, the pendulum swing manifests in everything. This principle highlights the cyclical nature of the universe. Just as the tides ebb and flow, so do the events of our lives. By recognizing and embracing these natural rhythms, we can navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and understanding. Consider how often we resist change, clinging to stability and fearing the unknown. Yet, change is an inevitable part of existence. By understanding that life moves in cycles, we can learn to flow with these changes rather than against them. This acceptance can bring a sense of peace and resilience. Reflect on the times in your life when you face significant changes. How did you respond? Did you resist, or did you adapt and grow? The principle of rhythm also teaches us about balance. Just as day follows night, periods of activity are followed by rest. By honoring these rhythms, we can maintain our well-being. For instance, many of us push ourselves to the brink of exhaustion, ignoring the need for rest and recovery. Yet, embracing the natural rhythm of work and rest can enhance our productivity and creativity. How often do you honor your need for rest and rejuvenation? Do you allow yourself to flow with life's natural rhythms, or are you constantly pushing against them? The sixth principle, cause and effect, states, every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause, everything happens according to law. This principle underscores the idea that nothing happens by chance. Every action we take sets into motion a chain of events that ultimately returns to us. This can be seen in the concept of karma, or the law of attraction. By understanding this principle, we can take conscious control of our actions, knowing that they will have consequences. Think about the actions you take daily. Are they aligned with your highest values and goals? Are you creating positive effects through your actions, or are you experiencing negative repercussions? By taking responsibility for our actions, we empower ourselves to create the reality we desire. This principle encourages us to be mindful and intentional in our daily lives. How often do you consider the long-term effects of your actions? Are you taking steps that lead to the outcomes you seek? The final principle, gender, asserts, gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. This principle goes beyond physical gender, referring to the dual forces present in all creation. The masculine and feminine energies exist in everything, from the macrocosm to the microcosm. The masculine energy is active, logical, and assertive, while the feminine energy is receptive, intuitive, and nurturing. Both energies are necessary for balance and creation. By recognizing and harmonizing these energies within ourselves, we can achieve a state of wholeness. Consider how these energies manifest in your life. Are you predominantly operating from one energy, neglecting the other? For instance, you might find yourself always in action mode, pushing and striving, while ignoring the need for rest and introspection. Or you might find yourself overly passive, waiting for things to happen rather than taking initiative. How can you bring these energies into balance, allowing both the masculine and feminine aspects to work in harmony? The principle of gender also teaches us about the creative process. Creation requires the union of these dual forces. By cultivating both energies, we can enhance our creative potential and bring our ideas into reality. Reflect on your creative pursuits. How can you integrate both the active and receptive aspects to enhance your creative endeavors? These last three principles, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender, offer profound insights into the nature of reality and our role in it. They remind us of the importance of balance, responsibility, and harmony. By applying these principles, we can navigate life cycles with grace, take control of our actions and their consequences, and harness the creative power within us. Harnessing the power of the Hermetic principles. Practical wisdom for daily life. As we dive deeper into the teachings of the Hermetic principles, we begin to see how these ancient truths can be applied to our everyday lives, transforming our experiences and our perspectives. These principles are not just abstract concepts. They are practical tools that can guide our actions, shape our reality, and help us live more fulfilling lives. When it comes to the principle of mentalism, we understand that our thoughts are the building blocks of our reality. This means that cultivating a disciplined and positive mindset is crucial. Start by observing your thoughts without judgment. Notice when negative or limiting beliefs arise and consciously replace them with empowering ones. For instance, if you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," replace it with, "I am capable and resourceful." This practice, over time, can rewire your brain to think more positively and creatively. How often do you check in with your thoughts throughout the day? Are you aware of the impact they have on your reality? The principle of correspondence teaches us to look for patterns and connections. This can be especially useful in problem solving and decision making. When faced with a challenge, look for similar situations in different areas of your life or in nature. The solutions often lie in these patterns. For example, if you're struggling with a personal relationship, consider how you handle similar dynamics at work or with friends. The insights gained from one area can often be applied to another. How often do you seek connections between seemingly unrelated aspects of your life? Do you use the wisdom of the macrocosm to address the microcosm? Of vibration involves becoming more attuned to your own energy and the energy around you. Pay attention to how different environments, people, and activities affect your vibration. Surround yourself with high vibration influences. People who uplift you, that inspire you, and activities that energize you. Practice it. Nature walks and listening to uplifting music can also raise your vibration. How often do you your vibrational state? Are you consciously choosing to engage with high vibration influences? The principle of polarity encourages us to find balance and harmony within the dualities of life. This can be in managing our emotions. When experiencing intense emotions like anger or sadness, recognize that these are just one pole of a spectrum. By shifting your focus to the opposite pole, peace or happiness, you can find a more balanced state. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but rather acknowledging them and then consciously choosing a different emotional state. How often do you allow yourself to shift from one emotional state to another? Are you able to find balance within extremes? Understanding the principle of rhythm can the natural ebb and flow of life. Accept that there will be periods of growth and periods of rest, times of abundance and times of scarcity. By aligning with these rhythms, you can reduce resistance and increase your resilience. For example, phase of rest. Use this time to recharge and reflect rather than forcing productivity. How often do you honor the natural rhythms in your life? Can you see the value in both the highs and the lows? The principle of cause and effect reminds us to take responsibility for our actions and their outcomes. This can be empowering as it puts us in the driver's seat of our lives. Make a habit of considering the potential consequences of your actions before you take them. This mindfulness can help you make more informed and intentional choices. For example, if you're considering a major life decision, think about how it aligns with your long-term goals and values. How often do you reflect on the consequences of your actions? Are you taking steps that lead to the outcomes you desire? Finally, the principle of gender invites us to balance the masculine and feminine energies within us. This can enhance our creativity, relationships, and overall well-being. Encourage both your assertive and receptive sides. For example, in creative projects, use your masculine energy to plan and execute, and your feminine energy to brainstorm and intuitively guide the process. How often do you integrate both energies in your daily activities? Are you able to harmonize these dual forces within yourself? These applications of the Hermetic principles can profoundly impact our daily lives. By integrating these teachings into our routines, we can create a more balanced, intentional, and fulfilling existence. The wisdom of Hermes Trismegistus offers timeless guidance for navigating the complexities of modern life with grace and insight. Awakening to Mastery, the ultimate integration of Hermetic wisdom. As we conclude our journey through the 7 Hermetic principles, we come to a place of integration and mastery. These principles are not just theoretical concepts, they are living wisdom that can transform every aspect of our lives. By fully embracing and applying them, we step into a new level of awareness and capability. Reflecting on the principle of mentalism, we recognize the immense power of our thoughts. By consistently choosing thoughts that align with our highest aspirations, we become conscious creators of our reality. This is not a one-time effort, but a continuous practice of mindfulness and deliberate focus. How often do you actively direct your thoughts toward your desired outcomes? Are you maintaining the mental discipline necessary to shape your reality? The principle of correspondence teaches us to see the interconnectedness of all things. This holistic perspective allows us to draw insights from the macrocosm to solve issues in our personal microcosm. By observing the larger patterns in life, we can navigate our own experiences with greater wisdom. How often do you apply the lessons from the broader universe to your daily challenges? Are you recognizing the reflections of the greater whole in your personal life? Understanding vibration, we realize that raising our vibrational frequency attracts positive experiences. This principle encourages us to engage in activities and thoughts that elevate our energy. Consistently maintaining a high vibration becomes a key practice in manifesting a life of joy and abundance. How often do you consciously elevate your vibration? Are you surrounding yourself with influences that support your highest frequency? Embracing polarity, we find balance within the dualities of life. By acknowledging and harmonizing opposing forces, we achieve a state of equilibrium. This balance is crucial for emotional well-being and effective decision-making. How often do you seek balance in your emotional states and actions? Are you able to navigate extremes with a sense of harmony? Recognizing the rhythm of life, we align ourselves with the natural cycles of ebb and flow. This acceptance reduces resistance and enhances our resilience, allowing us to flow with life's changes rather than against them. How often do you honor the natural rhythms in your life? Are you able to find peace in both the peaks and valleys? Through the principle of cause and effect, we take responsibility for our actions and their outcomes. This principle empowers us to make conscious choices that align with our long-term goals and values. How often do you reflect on the impact of your actions? Are you creating the outcomes you desire through mindful decision-making? Finally, integrating the principle of gender, we balance the masculine and feminine energies within us. This harmony enhances our creativity, relationships, and overall well-being. How often do you cultivate both the assertive and receptive aspects of yourself? Are you able to harness these dual forces to create a balanced and fulfilling life? By fully integrating these principles, we awaken to a higher level of mastery over our lives. The teachings of Hermes Trismegistus offer timeless wisdom that, when applied, can lead to profound transformation. As we continue to explore and embody these truths, we unlock our potential and step into a new realm of possibility. This journey of mastery is ongoing, inviting us to continually deepen our understanding and application of these ancient teachings. How will you continue to integrate these principles into your life? Are you ready to embrace the path of mastery and transformation?